Never Show the Monster. I'm Kelly Attaway.
I'm Chelsea Hollander.
And today is our first non-Kevin Bacon episode in a minute. It is a classic shooting the shit episode. And we are going to be talking about Scream 6. And it is going to be full of spoilers.
Oh,
Top
yeah,
to bottom. Full. Spoilers. So I guess leave now or forever hold your peace. And watch the movie.
Recommend you go watch the movie. Go watch the movie. Go watch the movie.
Go watch the movie.
And see it in... No, maybe don't. See it where you're comfortable. I was going to say see it in theaters if you're comfortable, but if you're not comfortable, do not see it in theaters.
Yeah.
I recommend people to see it if they wish. Wear a mask if it makes you uncomfortable, but if you also feel uncomfortable, that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that. Enjoy the movie how you feel most comfortable, because if you go into a theater and you feel uncomfortable, then you won't enjoy the movie to its fullest. So do what feels right to you.
Does that add to the horror experience?
You know what?
Like if you're tense and uncomfortable the whole time?
For a second, whenever we went to go see the movie, we were the only people in the theater except for one guy who was sitting in the back corner. And I was like, oh, is this going to happen? Are we going to get murdered? Is this going to be the start of Scream 7?
Oh my God. I had the exact same experience. But at the end of the movie. So when the movie ended, I was like, well, I have to stay for the credits.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know, was paying attention to the screen. And then I looked up and everybody else had left the movie, the theater. And then as I'm like walking down the stairs, because I was in the back corner seat, like you're a creep. And so I'm like walking down and I was like, man, it would have been a great Ghostface bit to have been like hiding out in the front row of the movie this whole time. And he's about to pop up and get me. Yeah. So it's spooky.
Yeah. Yeah. So for a second there, that was a little bit added. Another two guys came in. That's the beauty of seeing whenever people purchase tickets or what seats are already gone. But no one took the two seats that I thought that they were going to take. So those people never showed up. But no one showed up until aside from that one guy in the corner, no one showed up until 10 minutes into the movie, which is upsetting because the first chunk of the movie is fucking great.
And that's classic Scream. We always do the little thing at the front. You've got to be there for the little bit at the front.
Yeah, they missed out.
Yeah, that stinks.
We'll get back to the movie, but I didn't want to talk about something.
Yeah. Tell me.
The Murray Island incident. So I sent you a picture from yesterday. I went to McMenamin's, I think is what it's called. It's an elk lodge for this one specific, but this is I don't know if it's a person. I should have looked this up more about it, but they own a bunch of converted places into hotels. The hotels are fun and whimsical and have hidden rooms, and all these hidden rooms have bars, and it's just a super fun place. And I went to go see Fomfetti, but really I went to see the band Petty or Not from Bellingham, Washington, which is a Tom Petty and Fleetwood Mac cover band combined.
And this is local?
Yeah.
You could have been hanging out with them this whole time.
You
could have been
mistakes.
You could have been a deadhead for Fomfetti.
I could have. And luckily my cousin told me about this band and she invited me. Otherwise I probably wouldn't have even noticed, but that is yeah.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
I didn't expect to. They had seen them before.
Okay.
And then I had they know Petty is the name of my cat after Tom Petty. So it was really nice to go. And I think that I may have been the only one enjoying it. It was very hot in there. But I was so into it. And it was upsetting how into it I was, but I could tell everybody who was there with me was not having a great time. Everyone
bummer. Had
on really uncomfortable shoes, and they had been in the place the entire day, and the place was once again super fucking cool and had it has a bunch of bars behind hidden doors. There's a bar on every level, and there are 6 levels, and each bar has a different theme. And
fun.
We started off in a tiki bar, and then we went to a Spanish bar, and then we went to a billiard area. Okay. But we just kind of went around, and the place that I showed you was the vault. I sent you videos of a random door, but then you go to this one level and it's an atrium, so it's kind of open. Ooh. And the hotel rooms, I wish I had gotten a picture of this, are like in the middle of it with windows to the hallway. It's super weird.
See that on the website. I've stayed in one hotel like that. Not fun or anything, just windows into the hall.
Yeah.
And I didn't care for that.
Yeah, I was like, they can hear me. But the thing is, you also have like scavenger hunts that are happening in it. So like we're trying to find like this specific painting. And as we're walking by, there is one painting that has Men in Black in it. And then my cousin's husband, he full on is just like, yeah, this is the Murray Island incident. And I was like, excuse me, what? And he was like, yeah, it's when the UFO went over Murray Island and dropped a bunch of stuff. And it was like a big thing. And then a bunch of Men in Black showed up. And then I was like, what? So I was hoping you knew more about it because
I've never even heard of this.
The small bit that I read about it, I was like, he did a really good job describing it because that's exactly what I read.
Okay.
Then I couldn't read more about it. I was like, okay, I don't know much more about it, but in the next Shooting the Shit episode, we're going to talk about it a lot. But I sent you the picture of the Men in Black in it, and I was going to send you a picture of the full painting, but I was so excited about seeing the Men in Black the most that I was like, this is the most important. I have to get this over.
I actually, the reason I asked you what the name of the place was because I was like, they do not have a painting of Men in Black for no reason. Like something happened. And then I forgot to look it up. I got distracted by looking at their website, which looked super fun.
Yeah, they have, that wasn't the first one I went to. They have another one that one in particular is in Tacoma. They have another one in Bothell. And that's the first one I went to, and I went with my cousin. But they have like, one of them's like called I don't know if this is the one in Bothell, but they were describing this to me, which is a spoiler. If you guys like to go to these things and you don't want to be spoiled on how to find the speakeasies, I'm about to describe one of them.
So we've got spoilers everywhere in this episode.
I know, even on like wanting to go to a bar in like Portland, Oregon. Oh no, it was in Bend. The one that they went to was in Bend. And I don't know if this one was in Bend or a different one, but it was called the Janitor's Closet, and you went in and you had to pull one of the brooms and then it would open the door.
It's so fun.
It's so, fun. It is bonkers. And I showed you like those 3 doors that I tried to go through.
Yeah.
The doorknobs do nothing. You have to physically pull on them. So we kept twisting the doorknobs, expecting it to move the door or do something. And it didn't.
You have to yank.
Yeah. And then eventually I was like, oh, you just have to pull. You just got to pull it.
It's a door.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so fun. So fun, though. I had a great time and am excited to learn more about the Murray incident, like Murray Island incident. I've never heard of it, and I'm psyched to know more about it. So we'll talk about that again soon.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay. So I want to talk about one more thing before we get into the movie, but it is movie related.
Okay.
So, I've been watching The Following, right? On your recommendation. Just because I know that we're done with Kevin Bacon here on the podcast.
But we're not done with Kevin Bacon.
Never. Not in our personal lives.
No.
So, still watching that. And our gal from The Dark and the Wicked is in it.
Oh.
Yeah, Marin Ireland. I know.
Love her, but
And I didn't recognize her immediately because her face is much more expressive in The Following. Like she's super stoic in The Dark and the Wicked. So I had to look her up. But I knew, like seeing her on screen, I was like, I know that I have a strong emotion about her. What is it? And then I looked it up and was like, God,
not good, not good.
Yeah.
Love her, but not good.
And did you see the trailer for The Boogeyman leading up to Scream?
No.
Okay, so she's in that.
I didn't even miss any trailers. Trailers? You didn't miss any trailers.
We just got served different trailers. Yeah, saw the trailer for this upcoming movie, The Boogeyman, out this year.
Wait, what theater did you go see it at? That might also.
I saw it at a Regal.
Trailers. Fuck, I saw it at a Regal too.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, bummer.
But have you heard about this?
Boogeyman sounds great though. No.
Have you heard this? Okay, so I'm excited I get to tell you this then. So it's a Stephen King adaptation. So at first I was like, boo. But then
like how I'm like, yay.
No, everybody loves a Stephen King adaptation. I just, oh God. At this point, I can't tell if I actually dislike him or if I'm just too committed to the bit. I can't tell. I can't tell anymore. And I hope never to find out. But this movie like looked legit spooky. And I was like, what? Am I finally going to get spooked by a Stephen King property? Director Rob Savage.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
I know. It looks good.
Shit.
So for those of you who don't recognize the name, that's the guy who made Host, which it's
love so
tied
much.
for our favorite movie with
Yep,
Dead and Breakfast.
Dead and Breakfast.
Yeah, so like good for him being attached to a Stephen King movie. Like
Holy shit.
that's huge. Like coming from
now we have to watch Dash Cam to know for sure.
I know.
I'm so worried. Oh God, I'm so excited.
No, but this legitimately did look spooky.
I have so many emotions right now. I have so many of them.
I didn't even know that Stephen King did a boogeyman story. Like he's just done so much. There's so much I don't know.
Is there a story he hasn't done? What is it? The Simpsons joke about there being like
Simpsons did it.
Yeah. Well, he was like, there's a lamp monster. Like he's just written so many stories have everything.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited. Oh my God.
I know.
I'm so excited.
And I what's frustrating is I fucking love watching trailers, but I want to go into these movies cold.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so it's always like,
oh man, now my expectations are through the roof and I haven't even seen the trailer.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
They're so high.
I mean, it could be one of those situations where the trailer looks great and it's like a cover up for how bad the movie is. You know, we'll never know until we watch it.
Okay.
So.
And we're definitely going to watch it. So
absolutely.
That is without a doubt exactly what's going to happen. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah. I'm not sure when it's out. I did see 2023, but I didn't see it.
Oh, thank God.
I didn't clock a month if it was mentioned.
We're like a quarter through the year, so we're probably getting close. I wonder if it's like October. I wonder if it's one of those releases. We are getting a lot of horror movies next month, though.
Ooh, like what?
Is it Rise of Evil Dead, the new Evil Dead movie?
Oh, I didn't even know there was a new Evil Dead. Yes, I did. Sorry. I don't know what just happened in my brain, but I was definitely thinking of Resident Evil. I did know that there was a new Evil Dead. We've talked about it on the show. Got it.
And there was another one coming out that I was really excited about. Should I be really excited about it? There's definitely one I was excited about. Now I can't.
Is it a new Kevin Bacon movie?
God, I hope so. If it's not, it should be.
Yep.
But I know that there was like a couple that were coming out. Not Dungeons and Dragons.
Although, God, I hate it, but I'm excited about that.
I know, me too. Did you? The voice of the trailer was Honest Trailers, I think. Did you notice that?
No, I don't even know what Honest Trailers is, but I did like that the voice of the trailer was like
Renfield.
Goofy.
That's the one I was going to say.
Oh, Renfield.
Yeah, super excited about Renfield.
Okay, so I finally saw the trailer for that. You know, I was avoiding it, but they rolled it before Scream. No, it's fine.
Trailer,
it was fun.
Though.
Yeah. But I was like, oh, this is like way more action-y than I thought it was going to be. And I also didn't understand their relationship. And I'm very excited about that aspect.
I love how they represent it in that trailer. I was like, this is perfect. I love.
Yes. Yeah.
I love.
I love it. And do you watch What We Do in the Shadows?
I have not watched it. I need to. It's like very, very high on my list. Do I need to like do some rearranging on my list?
No. I mean, it's great. Just like keep it in the back of your mind. And so you've not seen the TV show. Did you watch the movie?
With Johnny Depp? Is that the...
Definitely not with Johnny Depp, no.
What am I thinking of?
Then
no. The answer is no. The quick answer is no. The long answer is let me try to figure out if I know an idea of the movie, but no.
Okay. The movie came out years and years ago, and it's like Flight of the Conchord guys. It's a mockumentary.
Yeah, I think maybe I have. Yeah.
Then you know the conceit. But yeah, this movie was serving What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but action. I'm excited.
Yeah, we've got a good couple months coming up. I'm really excited for your shooting the shit episodes because it means the new movies that we're watching.
Yes.
I'm excited for all of our episodes, but like
Shooting the shit are fun.
We love the new we love the new movies too. And we're gonna watch them no matter what. So getting our fresh take on them is probably pretty good.
So, Scream 6.
Oh my God.
Let me run through the credits.
Plot?
No, I'm not even going to
okay.
get plot. I'm just going to do credits and then we can scattershot. We're going to scattershot the
It's
shit.
gonna get weird. Yeah.
So, obviously, release year 2023. Director, oh boy, we've struggled with this guy's name before and we're going to do it again. Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler
that
Gillette.
sounds really good. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, thank you. I just did it confidently, but I was filled with doubt not to pull the curtain back too much.
I felt good about it. I felt really good about it, man.
Thank you.
Really
Thanks
good.
for your support.
Yeah.
And the writers were James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick. Less confident on that one. Didn't stick it.
Okay, let me go. Busick. Oh, okay.
And 3 of the 4 of those folk were involved in Ready or Not, and I wondered if the 4th one felt out of place. Did he feel like he was fourth wheeling it? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out in interviews, which I did not watch. Okay, and so our leads, many of them are returning from 6cream. So we've got Melissa Barrera as Sam, Jenna Ortega as Tara, Jasmine Savoy Brown as Mindy, maybe my favorite character, and Mason Gooding as Chad, and all of them were in 6cream. And then, of course, we've got Courtney Cox as Gail Weathers, forever and always. Hayden Panettiere returns, reprising her role as Kirby from Scream 4. And in this one, we also have Dermot Mulrooney, who is not Dylan McDermott. And very briefly, we have Samara Weaving. And of course, as always, we've got Roger Jackson as the voice. And the tagline was New York, new rules. Boo.
I feel like I appreciate that because I feel like it's and we'll get into this, but the way that the fear got to me in this movie was that it can happen to you in public. I know that in an earlier Scream, there have been people that have been murdered in very public places, but these are very public, crowded places.
These are very
where
public, crowded
you feel
places.
like you're going to be safe if you're surrounded by people. And then it proves that that's not true, which I thought was awesome and terrifying.
Yeah. And that was even specifically a decision that they made on screen, right? At some point they were like, we've got to travel from point A to point B. Make sure to do it in very public places. The more public, the less likely that you'll be attacked. But there's the flip side of that, where if it's too crowded, then you're essentially alone, right?
Yep.
You're I don't know, you're just another face in a crowd. Nobody's going to notice that you're being stabbed at the end of a subway car.
And it especially goes through, I guess, Halloween weekend. I was trying to figure out because it was definitely multiple days and people are in costumes
the
for
whole
multiple
time.
days. So I just was like, okay, starts on Friday. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Ends on Monday when Halloween is, because I assumed it was a very drawn out Halloween. So you have the Friday, Saturday, Sunday party time. And then you have the Monday with the Halloween.
It's hard.
So still party time?
Definitely still party time, but it's hard to know, did we end on a Monday or were all of these kids in college? And so we've been doing costume parties for 3 weeks straight by the time this movie begins.
That's a good question. Because that was the only thing. I was like, if we're doing a Halloween, this happens on Halloween night, holy shit, they're daytime, nighttime, they're in Halloween costumes again. Daytime, nighttime, they're in Halloween costume. I was like, that is...
Which is kind of nice. I feel like that adds to sort of the frenetic feelings of being of running from Ghostface. That's very disorienting for every day. Every day you wake up and you're surrounded by people in masks.
Yeah. Yep.
And unfortunately, many of those masks are Ghostface because of the stab, the in-series stab franchise. Yeah. Yeah. Fun. That's fun. It's fun. It's a fun movie.
Something that was really nice about it is that Ryan did not watch Scream whenever we went through the first series. And
wait.
he has not watched any of the Scream movies, any of them.
Okay.
And I was also upset because we didn't get to watch 5cream prior, because I was like, it's important to you to, I was like, you can watch number 1 and then 5cream.
5, yeah.
Watching 1 and 5cream, I think, are important because it sets up the characters. And he was like, it's fine. I'm okay with just watching 1. And we ran out of time. But I had very terrible feelings about him not watching 5cream prior to it.
Oh, but he did see 1 before this.
Yes, he saw 1.
Okay.
And it was really nice to watch that beforehand, because there are like spots where people are running around in ghost face masks, and like even the the principal and everything wears one for a little bit. Yeah. Little Henry Winkler. But it's just, I really loved watching it again. And he didn't know. He didn't know the end. And I was like, how do you not know the end? I was like,
didn't know the end.
I went into the movie knowing the end, but he didn't even know the end. And he was like, I am shocked. I definitely thought it was this person. And I was like, what?
Wait.
He was like,
for Scream 1?
For Scream 1, because he thought it was going to be Dewey because of Scary Movie. And I was like, no.
Dewey?
It would never be Dewey. And then I had to like explain to him in Scream 6. I was like, yeah, he's gone. Like, that's fucking the worst. And I was like, so whenever Gail is talking about having just one other person, you can start your family and just have one other person. I was like, stop it. Just stop it.
Oh my God. I don't understand how you don't know who, like, how did he not know? Because there's so much. I guess
also, warning, spoilers for all Scream movies.
Oh yeah, spoilers for all Screams.
But this Scream is a spoiler for all Screams, so.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just feel like I'm dying here, man, is so like common. Like, I thought we all knew that scene, even if we didn't watch. I thought that was like collective unconscious. We all had it downloaded into our brains. Not. That's bonkers.
He was like, this movie's a lot funnier than I thought it was. And I was like, it's fucking hilarious.
It's so funny. I don't feel like Scream 6 was very funny.
I feel like it had its moments, but it was not.
Moments? I can only think of one moment.
What was your moment?
When Gail is like, can I call you back? And Ghostface goes, what?
That was pretty good.
I didn't realize that I was missing jokes until that scene. And then I was like, oh, right. These are usually funny. Like, why? This is our first one. I got to put you on hold.
I guess they were funny moments, but I don't know if they were considered jokes. Like when she tases the guy in the balls, I was like, that's good. Like I'm pro whatever's happening here.
That was good.
There was a joke about, I thought it was funny whenever he offered her napkins to clean her shirt. And he was like, I have 3 napkins. He had tissues. Is it 3 tissues? He's like, I have 3.
And I was like, you can't use tissues to clean Diet Cherry Soda off your blouse.
And I think that there was a joke with the roommate earlier on whenever she was talking to the sister.
But it's not Scream funny.
It's not over the top. They did talk about, or at least from interviews, I think with Jenna Ortega, she was like, this one's going to be kind of like over the top with gore and action. And I think that delivered that.
Too much no, it did. It absolutely delivered that.
Yeah, it had a lot.
Yeah, too much. Like, I don't need a close up of somebody being disemboweled. I don't need that. And I felt this is the first Scream, despite all of the many deaths in this franchise. I was like, this is the first one that I was like, we're getting dangerously close to why I don't like slashers. Like, I don't like a slasher, and we're getting into it.
Ooh, which one was that?
You guys are getting close. No, this one. Like,
no, which murder?
Oh, it happened early. Like, with Samara Weaving's death, I was like,
yeah, that was pretty bad.
This is too much.
Yeah.
And then there's like so many like belly wounds that are really bad.
They sit on it a long time.
They sit on it a long time. And
Annika? Is that the...
Annika's was...
That was rough. That one was not good.
Like, holy shit. So her death, like the belly wound was bad. And then her death got me thinking, like, how many non-knife deaths have occurred in this series? Because she didn't die from knife. She died from gravity.
Change in the series as well of having, and I read some of the trivia. This movie actually has a ton of trivia on IMDb about it, so go check that out if you want to know more stuff. But one of them was like, this is the first Scream movie that has somebody using a gun while in costume.
And I didn't like that. I didn't care for that. And I tried, like, so to be clear, overall, really liked this movie. I thought it was still great, different tonally than the original Screams.
Yeah.
Definitely not as good as 6cream, but still great. Enjoy it. Like, absolutely watch it. But yeah, when he was like, or maybe she, when they were like slinging that shotgun around in the bodega, I was like, I don't like this. And I was really trying to think back to the beginning of the movie when Samara Weaving is like a professor of slashers, and she like says outright what slashers do. Like, Scream has always told you exactly what it is from the beginning, right? Yeah. And so when he was slinging the gun around, I was like, okay, trust the process. Samara Weaving said that slashers like examine current culture through tropes.
Oh.
So, of course, there's gun violence. And then, of course, the gun violence was initiated from a cop family.
Oh, shit.
But I don't even know if they did that on purpose. This is the first movie where I thought
they might have.
They might have, but this is the first movie in the Scream franchise that I was like, am I being more meta than the movie? Because
the directors do have an affinity for shotguns based on Ready or Not.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So I don't know if it's...
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, maybe this is commentary, or maybe I'm applying commentary that isn't there.
No, I feel like you are, if not good
grasping
job.
at straws. Me too.
No, that's not what I was saying. I feel like that might be accurate. And I really like that take on it a lot. I didn't think about it at all, but that makes...
But because I don't think it was there, I think that I'm like really trying to make it be there. And the reason that I think that it wasn't there is because we got like the big murder monologue at the end from the bad guys. That's not in it. That's not covered. And like Scream is always very on the nose with stuff like that.
Oh, that was one of the first jokes though, was her being like, what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite scary movie? And she said, not that one.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, that was a good one.
We should talk about the beginning of this one though.
Yeah.
We got our, I don't know. I knew that Samara Weaving was in this movie, but I didn't know in what capacity. And when we saw her in the very first scene, I was like, no, she's sense. Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
But I want her here the whole time.
Yeah.
But this is the first movie where there are like there could have been other ghost faces in this movie.
So right at the beginning, I got a little excited that I thought there was a cult. And I was like, oh, is this going to be the cult one? Is this going to be a cult?
Oh my God.
And I got so excited. And then I was like, oh, fuck.
Why did you think cult?
Because they immediately showed who he was. And I was like, would that matter? I was like, I wouldn't give away who Ghostface was unless there was like a main Ghostface that was who they were all answering to or understanding or being a part of. And then that's the one that's important. And everybody else is kind of just like tertiary characters, but you're afraid of literally everyone, which the movie did a good job of doing that because...
Yeah, you don't know who to trust in this one. Yeah.
Which is something I also really loved about that, the boyfriend.
Which boyfriend? Oh, like Cute Boy? They call him Cute Boy through the movie. That's not me applying my opinion of him. Yeah, I personally think he's got crazy eyes.
But when he was like, don't trust anyone, don't even trust me. And I was like, oh, that makes me trust you. Oh, no.
I know. I was like...
Is that a misdirection? I know, like this.
Exactly. I had like a soft moment and then I was like, shit, that's exactly what a murderer would say.
That's what I love about these movies, though, is like every time I think I have it figured out, it's like, here's a wrench. And I'm like, but is this the wrench that's supposed to be a wrench, or is this the wrench that's not really a wrench?
Right. Okay, I had that in this one too, where early on, the slutty roommate, she says, she like reveals that her brother died recently. And I was like, got it. Her brother was Richie and she's the killer. And then when she died, I was like, there goes that theory. And then I didn't consider it again. Like, I had it.
I 100% thought it was her. And then I was like, okay. And I also thought it was the cop. And then that scene completely fucking threw it out the window. And I was like, okay, well, we're going on a different ride. And then I was like, oh, no, we are on that same ride. But
they knew how to throw me off the trail.
Oh, so.
And then I felt like the writers got a little clever at the end, because when Quinn comes back and that hurt my feelings. Before she's taken her mask off and Sam assumes that it's Mindy, I was like, how dare you? How dare you?
Well,
she's a legacy of original cast.
She's a core 4.
She's core 4. But then, Quinn takes off her mask and she's like...
Yeah, I can't believe she said Mindy, because I thought for sure it was going to be cute boyfriend and then she would be upset about that.
Absolutely,
and I was like, I thought you were going to be upset about cute boyfriend.
I thought for sure cute boyfriend. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, did not expect her to say Mindy.
No, that hurt my feelings. And then Quinn rips off her mask and she's like, yeah, threw you off my trail when I died. And I was like,
God damn, you definitely did.
You guys are doing... Like, you guys are being clever because you did that to me. You did that to me, the watcher. So, yeah, sorry. If you guys, you really should have gone to see this movie before you listen to this episode. To us?
There's a lot of twists and turns in this one, and it's such a fun ride.
And that's, like, the best part of the Scream movies, is, like, trying to figure out who it is. Let's figure out who it is. And it's so many in this one. It's what, 5 ghost faces total?
Yeah, 2 at the... Well, one of them you don't see as Ghostface. He's already
But you
dead.
know he is one.
Yeah.
I mean, they had the 2 masks in the closet.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like they did a really good of doing a sequel to the requel, because it was the same. It was the same. Yeah. And that shocked me at the end. I was like, oh, because it's like Billy Loomis's mom was the second one. Yeah. Richie's dad is this one. Fuck. I should have seen it coming. What the fuck is wrong with me? I know.
And like, especially the minute they go into the theater, that is the shrine. That's exactly how fucking Scream 2 ends, in a theater.
Yeah.
Like, see, this is why I don't think that the gun thing is anything, because Scream is so self-referential, and it gave you all the clues.
Wait, why don't you? I feel like I feel like you are explaining why it is a thing.
Okay, then I'm not hearing it. You explain it back to me.
No. Okay, we got to listen to some podcasts and interviews with the creator. Because, like, why... That is such a big thing for the character. Why would they deviate so hard from it? Like, it's so well known that the character does not use a gun while in Ghostface.
Here is why I think they deviated. And I don't think that it was gun commentary. I think that so this movie's commentary was franchise-based. And I think what I've settled on, my notes for this are like stream of conscious while I worked this out. So I'm a little bit glad... for the listener, we had to like postpone this recording by an hour or so. And I'm a little bit glad because I got to like work through these thoughts. And what I think I've settled on is that up until this one, all of the killers have been obsessed with movies and horror as a genre. But our 3 killers in this one are like avenging their dead brother and son. And like Dermot Mulroney even says like, I don't get the movies. Like, who gives a shit at some point. And so I think that like, because these guys aren't like fans of the genre, they aren't making a slasher. And so they get to use guns. Like, I think that it was a deviation. It's almost like they don't have artistic principles. And so they get to like,
that's interesting.
they're like just in it to murder.
Well, they're in it to avenge, but I feel like they're considering the deviation and how much Richie loved the films. It feels like they wouldn't deviate in respect to his vision. So
that's a good point.
That's just me playing devil's advocate.
No, it's a good point.
Their obsession with Richie is very weird. I guess it makes sense because I don't know, does it run in genes? I don't know.
So that's a question that they've been asking since 6cream, right?
Where's the mom? Did he talk about the mom in 6cream? Did we talk about 5?
I don't remember if they talked about her in 6cream, but there's a little conversation in 6cream about it. I
think that anything that happens after 5cream is gonna be called the number at the beginning, and then so 7cream and 8cream, and then that's how we differentiate the two franchises.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've got Screams 1 through 3.
1 through 4.
4.
And then 5cream, 6cream, 7cream, 8cream, and then we gotta have a brand new one. How can we put that in the middle?
And then we'll reset. Yeah.
Scrutinium? No, that sounds fucking terrible. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it. We'll workshop it. We got a couple years.
We've got time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought this was, I don't know. Maybe they don't have. So the reason I was like totally on board with you a second ago about how they would have like adhered to Richie's vision. I think that's a great point. Now I'm devil's advocate to your devil's advocate.
Do it.
So I think that,
because I'm also devil's advocating to you talking yourself out of your first theory. So like, this is a really fun journey we're going on.
We're just getting we're now doing the Scream thing where we're getting self-referential and just like spiraling deeper and deeper and deeper.
It's fine. We're going to write the next one.
Yeah, I'm going to send out some tweets, get ourselves on the docket. I don't know. I was thinking about how like, oh, you're right, because why else would they wear the ghost face costume, right? Like, if they're just about avenging their brother/son. Well,
no, I'm going to devil's advocate this.
No, I'm leading up to devil's advocating that. Which is that they only did that in order to frame Sam.
Yes.
And so I think that goes back to they don't care about the movies. They don't care about the techniques. They just want these people dead, right? Because that line gets repeated throughout the movie. Like, if you mess with my family, I'm going to fucking kill you. I think that was their thesis.
Okay.
Listeners, write in.
Yeah, this is
What are your thoughts? And what are we not seeing?
Yeah, I'm going to watch some YouTube interviews after this, and then I'll text you with what, if they address it at all.
Yeah.
Because there's no way no one's asked them.
Oh, yeah. This has to be information that's out there. I went in so cold that I also looked into some trivia today. Did you hear about this viral marketing thing that they did?
No.
A couple weeks ago?
No.
So they had a bunch of people in Ghostface costumes in Sonoma, California, which I guess is where the original movie was filmed. And like, residents got so freaked out that they called 911.
Jesus. Well, I mean, good on them. Did they get any? Well, obviously it didn't go viral enough for them.
I know. I was like, viral?
I'm chronically on the internet, so.
Like, quote unquote viral?
You tried. You couldn't do a smile.
Smile was too good. Yeah.
Those bacons.
Those bacons. Yeah, this was, okay. So I also got to thinking about how franchises were such a big topic of conversation in this movie. And specifically how when a franchise, like when it goes from being a series to being a franchise, then even your main characters aren't off limits anymore. And they're, I think, what does Mindy call them? Expendable.
Is that true?
Well, she listed a bunch of examples, so I don't know. But what that made me think was like, we got rid of Nev Campbell. So was that line, like, was that point in the original script? Or did we add that when we learned that she wasn't coming back? Like, was this,
I don't know.
were we being self-referential here?
Maybe.
Or was that an accident? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And I don't know. That's what I mean. This is the first Scream that I can't tell if they're making these points or if I'm doing it.
I mean, isn't that like the thing about Scream is that it makes you think so much that you do overthink everything?
Maybe. I don't feel like I don't feel like I've had this question with Scream movies before about like, was that intentional? Like, I don't think that I've wondered that. I think that up until this one, I've always been like, that was absolutely intentional. And here's why, exhibit ABC. And this is the first one I've been like, was it?
Is that a bad thing?
No.
Or is that a good thing?
Because I don't know that it's either. I think it's just a thing.
Okay.
Like if we're going to do the movies different, that's not, that's fine. The movies can be different.
Okay, so there have got to be subtle references in this because I did read that the costume designer specifically chose like male-dominating characters for the female characters to feel more uncomfortable in a patriarchal society as the costume designs that are on the subway. And I was like, whoa, I did not think about that much.
I didn't either, but now that you say it, I did notice something that I think supports that, which is that Mindy was wearing like shirts with slogans on them. And one of them was like strong femme lead.
Yeah.
And I was like, I hope they're merchandising that. I'll take 10. And then what was the other one? It was lavender something. I don't know. It was like a lesbian thing. And so I totally believe that. And oh God, ew. Yeah. Now that you say it, like there's that other not actually Ghostface guy who like menaces her on the subway. And that's like fucking classic, dude. Like you see a gal on the subway who's like clearly on the verge of a panic attack and your first impulse is to like stick your weird face in her face. Ew. Gross.
Yes. So I feel like they did very subtle things in it. So maybe you're not reading too much in it. Maybe they were trying to say a lot.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's that the point was just less focused than the other ones. And so it is, I don't want to say all over the place.
There were a lot of, and I think if I read more of the trivia, I might have more, but there were also some like, they were like, if you notice, there are these specific female characters from these specific movies who did these specific things dressed in this movie. And I was like, oh, I did not notice those costumes at all. But like one of them was from I Spit on Your Grave and like,
oh shit,
female revenge. Like, so like, I think that they tried to be very subtle with a lot of.
So was that Quinn? like was Quinn the reference to I Spit on Your Grave? Was her? Because she was wearing a dress at some point that like doesn't make sense for 2023. I wonder.
Maybe.
I just assumed, oh, that's like a dress from 96. Like we're doing like an homage to original Scream. But maybe that was referential. I don't know.
I mean, the 90s are back.
90s are back. Yeah. So maybe it did make sense for 2023 and I'm an old. So I did read that Tim Robinson, creator of I Think You Should Leave.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, that's right. Okay, sorry. We did. You should have left, and now I can't. Now I'm never going to be confident. He has a small cameo in this movie.
Where? When?
You never see him. You don't see him. You only hear him, and he is the one. Whoever Quinn is boning at the beginning of the movie, who's just in the other room, like, babe, hey, babe.
Is that for real? Are you kidding me? Is this a joke?
Well, I read it in the IMDb trivia.
Okay.
I don't know if it's for real.
I hope it was.
I'm choosing to believe it's real.
I'm going to go buy another ticket just to hear that part, literally. That is the funnest of the facts.
I know. I was like,
oh my God.
I was like, that's a whole other thing now that I have to look into. Like, is he a big horror guy? Like, what else?
Oh, I love him.
And this is more for me and one of our listeners who I know is also a fan, in the like prequel of the movie with the ghost faces who aren't in a cult. I guess technically none of them are. Well, unless you count.
Are you going to talk about the poster?
New York, NYPD. Yes, I'm going to talk about the poster.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got a Last Podcast on the Left poster up in their living room. Oh, yay. Yay, our boys.
Apparently there was a conversation about having Jenna Ortega's character have a poster for X on the wall.
Oh, and yeah.
But they decided not to do it, which probably good. Somebody was dressed as Wednesday at one of the parties.
And Sam's therapist had like little horror figurines in his office, one of which was Wednesday.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Actually, I want to talk about the therapist. And I read trivia that on her way, like in an original or an earlier version of the script, on Sam's way out of his office, she was going to find a Ghostface figurine amongst the other figurines.
Oh, okay.
Because that therapist is a fucking dork. Like, that was commentary for sure. So he had all those horror figurines in his office. And then before he gets got, he was at home watching horror movies.
Yeah.
And just funny that, like, he loves horror, obviously, obsessed with horror. And then the moment one of his clients has, like, been a victim of actual horror, he, like,
can't deal
is
with
a little princess and can't handle it. Yeah. And I was like, oh no, that's commentary on those of us who have horror movie podcasts, but I think I could handle it. And I'm definitely not going to narc to the cops unless she was like, I am going to go kill people.
Yeah.
But she wasn't. Oh, that's what we almost talked about earlier. You mentioned genetics. Is it genetics?
Mm-hmm.
And that is a big question
that is a big thing.
That's been going on since 5cream, because she's Billy Loomis's daughter. And so, yeah, there's been this like tension between like, will she, won't she be a murderer? Especially after the end of the first one, because she did like stab the shit out of Richie.
Yeah.
Not the first one, the first prequel, 5cream.
Yep.
Then I don't know, they really like made a meal out of that in this one.
Happy to see Skeet back, so I wasn't like...
Yeah, I always love to see him.
I was like, hey, Billy, what's going on?
Hey, man. How you doing? And then, yeah, I liked that leading up to the end of the movie, all of these deaths, they were like littering Ghostface masks along the way. And then at the end, she has that moment. And Sam has that moment where she has like her dad's, the original Ghostface mask in her bag. And then she like litters it while leaving this crime scene with Lomas Ortega. Yeah.
The choice between which side of her to go.
Yep.
But hey, we don't know what Scream 3 is going to be. Scream 6. 6 Scream. 7 Scream.
7 Scream.
7 Scream.
7 Cream.
7 Cream.
We're going to get there. We've
Eventually.
got this.
By 8 Cream, we'll have it down, I'm sure.
By 8 Cream, we'll have it. Did you... how did you feel? No, what am I trying to ask? How many characters did you recognize on the subway?
We had Hellraiser. We had Babadook.
Babadook was who I was most excited about.
I was like, I looked at him and I was like, is that a Babadook?
There were two Babadooks.
Oh.
There was one Babadook who was like scarier, and then the next Babadook who had longer screen time made me think of that tweet where the gal went to a Halloween party dressed as the Babadook, but it was more of a grown-ups drinking wine vibe. So she's just alone in the room with her Babadook. Yeah. So I felt like we had like
all
trying Babadook and then meme Babadook.
That's fun. I did like that there was Smart Weaving's character from Ready or Not.
I know.
Getting onto the train.
Yeah.
Immediately when I saw it, I like gasped and I was like, oh, yay.
And then there were some like other Wes Craven characters. Like, that's fun. And I was like, can I get the projectionist to like roll it back? I want to watch again.
I want to pause. And I was like, I want to go through each costume and really get a feel for it and understand what's going on here.
I'm going to need to go frame by frame and really examine who all is here. Yeah, that's super fun. And I know, like, I mean, like we've been talking about, the series is always so referential that there's got to be so many Easter eggs in that scene.
So many. And I was going to say, in the trivia, it was like this person. I was like, there was a lot going on. I didn't catch those. And I was like, I would have seen that. And I really want to go back to all those scenes with a lot of costumes. Mm-hmm. Even the costume party, that was pretty good. There was a hot rod in there.
Oh, I didn't even see the hot rod
from Hot Rod. Yeah. I saw it and I was like, what? Who? What year is that? Who chooses?
That's wonderful. That's a delightful.
I was very happy about it, but I was shocked that it was there. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. That's fun, though.
I love that.
Yeah. And
there was a Wednesday Addams.
Yeah. I wanted to see if I could catch any of the... There's just a bunch of really well done costumes. I don't know. I guess, what school did you go to? NYU? I guess they're going to have really fun costumes.
Oh, yeah. And it was, I wondered if this was the case, so I looked it up after the fact. The sorority that Jenna Ortega was thinking of rushing is the sorority that Buffy was in Scream 2. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be. It's always got to be. In fact, so we're talking about all these Easter eggs, and I'm like, how many have I missed? And how many, like, not just in this movie, but in past movies? And I was thinking about how much I would like to visit that shrine of a theater. Like, I know that that's problematic.
But really?
But I would love to go through there. Oh, I did also read that, like, they had to recreate all that. That wasn't, like, in a storage unit somewhere.
Oh, wow.
They had to, like, remake all of these props. And even the, like, promotional materials, like, all of those are gone. Even the, like, digital stuff from earlier movies is just gone. So they were, like, you know, watching the original movies and, like, finding photographs and, like, recreating stuff from that. Yeah, that's crazy.
I wonder if people have it, like, in their personal collections. Oh, I would own that.
Oh, I absolutely would. Yeah.
Look at that. Wait, is anything from 6cream coming out on...
Oh.
Should we check eBay? I don't know.
We gotta get on eBay.
Sites? How do we find them?
Okay. No, I think that maybe I have a path in. One of my friends, his sister works in Hollywood as a storyboard
artist.
No, she's essentially storyboarder. So I was just talking to him about this a couple days ago, and apparently her role, it's essentially writer. She's essentially a script writer, but she's non-union because her role was created during the writer's strike as a scab role.
Shit.
So she's a writer with a different name.
Yeah.
And I was like, she should be union. She should not be in that role. So anyway, I'll get her number. Let's see. Oh, you know what I also read? So we talked about it before, that the guy who does the voice, at least in that first movie.
I just thought of, this is the full voice. I was thinking more of the show.
And I was thinking of Dune. Use the voice, Paul.
Oh, God.
Yeah, anyway. The guy who does the voice.
Livingston?
Of
Scream?
Rogers Jackson.
Am I making up names? Who am I thinking of?
No idea.
Please ignore me. What the shit?
So in that first movie, and maybe all of them, I don't know how many, he like wasn't on set. He didn't ever meet the actors. So his voice was just like scary and menacing and like unknown. And I guess for 6cream, the actors, like the rest of the cast, still don't know which of the 3 murderers were in the costume for all of the scenes. Oh. Like the bodega scene with the gun. We don't know. We don't know which one of them that was. And I guess when they cast them,
the only one we know is the train, because she admitted to the train.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Although I guess some of it can be figured out, right? Because
the one where he's standing over her, it's got to be her brother, because her dad had to be at work to get the phone call.
That was so esoteric that I don't even know what scene you're talking about.
The one where the girl died, the girl who's the killer.
Oh, Quinn.
Can't remember names. I'm bad with names. Yeah.
Yeah,
Quinn.
that must have been her brother.
Yeah.
And then it must have been Daddy Cop for the not cult ghost faces. Well, at least the not cult ghost face who killed Samara, because Quinn was at home sleeping with Tim Robinson and the brother was at the frat party.
Yes. Yep.
So some of them we can figure out, but even that, like, that's not just plot wise, like which character in the movie, like we don't know which actor was in them.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But like Jenna Ortega doesn't know. Like you and I don't know, but the rest of the cast also doesn't know.
Huh.
Isn't that funny? Like I love
Yeah.
that. I love that. That's just movie magic, baby. And not like CGI, but like movie whimsy, baby. I was really worried at the end of the movie when it seemed like Sam wasn't going to kill the one remaining Ghostface, Dylan McDermott. Dermot Mulroney. Dermot Mulroney.
Yes.
I was like, we just had this conversation at the end of They/Them. If we're going to, I was about to be like Republican radicalized. I was like, Scream, 6cream got too woke. No, I was just worried. It's Scream tradition that our like final girl gets to kill Big Bad at the end. It's Scream tradition.
I don't understand how stabbing people works because sometimes people live and it doesn't make sense because he was stabbed
Movie magic,
a lot
baby.
before he got killed. And I was like, this is a lot of stabbing. And then he was like, thank you. And I was like, you're going to bleed out.
Yeah, you're
man.
for sure
like,
going to bleed out.
You're not going to live.
Like, we're locked in this theater. Like, even if...
well, I was like, even if someone comes in right now, I don't know how you could survive. You have like 15 stab wounds.
I read that it was 33.
Okay. Oh, see? And like he had stabs in his neck. Because he was wearing a bulletproof vest.
Yeah.
So she had to stab his neck.
In his neck.
And he was like, thank you for letting me survive. You're not surviving this, man. You're not.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah. Glad that she got to kill him and glad that she got to kill him with a knife. I don't know. Maybe there is something about the guns because usually we shoot him in the head, but she stabbed him in the head. Okay. Maybe we are making a statement about guns.
Because then when she did shoot the girl in the head. And then when she tried to shoot him, it was out of bullets. Because I was trying to be like, oh, did they never use guns? But she definitely used it once.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to get there. I'm just going to keep noodling on this. I'll watch it again. I'll watch it a couple more times.
I'm going to watch a couple interviews after this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Let me know.
YouTube some interviews.
Let me know what you find out. I didn't realize that Gail and Ghostface had never talked on the phone before.
Yeah, until that.
Yeah. It's like, what?
Like, that's shocking.
How can this be?
How do people live after being stabbed so many times? But Hayden Panettiere's character, apparently they have wanted to bring her back for the movies for so long.
Yeah.
But they could not find her.
Yeah.
And they finally found her and they finally found her and she hasn't acted in 4 years and she was really worried about coming back, but could not have been more happy that she came back for this and that she was in this movie.
Yeah. And loved seeing, I don't know, I'm always happy to see like a strong lady in a role of power and like commanding a situation. Love that.
I did love whenever Gail came in, she was like, she's a child. And she's like, I'm 30. And I was like, you're right.
Yeah. No, I was
we are adults now.
I was like doing the math. But yeah, I mean, that's a problem in and of itself, us being adults. Did I tell you that I finally got lumped in with the olds at work? I'm one of the olds now. I'm an old.
That's rough. I don't know how you're going to get through it. I'm trying to continue to be age ambiguous, but I'm pretty sure I'm seen as an old. Yeah,
no, I've been age ambiguous this whole time. But Yeah, recently a coworker made a reference to something that, and you know what? Here's the problem, is that he assumes that I'm even older than I am. So he made a reference to something that is technically before my time, but was like, you and me know about this, but not the kids. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I do, but that's only because I'm mature for my age. Oh, yeah. So I'm an old now, and so is Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah, we're all just olds. It's fine. It's good. It's a good place to be in. We're no Gale Weathers.
But
we're a Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah. Which...
That's fine.
Good.
We could be in the FBI. That's okay.
Not anymore. We
probably couldn't. Yeah.
No, literally, I think that we're so old that we are past the age cutoff for admittance.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know there was an age cutoff.
Well, I guess there was in 2010 or so, because a friend of mine
Did you look at?
I didn't, but a friend of mine was giving me the rundown because he was thinking about it as his career. And yeah, it was in your 20s.
Oh, interesting.
But maybe that's for like a field agent. Like, maybe I could do
I don't know. You have to like pass certain tests that say whether or not you're like competent and physically competent.
And I'm not. I'm neither. I can't do either.
I didn't know that there was an age restriction. But every time I looked at it, I guess I was under the age restriction.
Or maybe this is like ancient information. Or maybe it was never true and I just never questioned it.
I want to be the president of the FBI. What's the age? Sorry.
You want to be Herbert Hoover?
35? I got to be 35. What?
Didn't he like start?
Did you say a believer?
I said Herbert Hoover.
Oh, okay.
Didn't he create the FBI?
Maybe. That sounds right.
Boy, every time we talk about
history. Did he create
history,
the CIA?
No, definitely he was related.
The CIA?
I guess maybe he did both, but he's for sure related to FBI.
Those are questions.
No, I feel confident in that second part. And only because I've watched The X-Files so many times.
So you can be in the FBI and then get old while you're in the FBI?
Yeah.
You have to be younger than 37.
Oh, that's older than I thought it was. Okay. Well, we can still do it. We're still babies by FBI terms.
But you can get an age waiver. Yeah. You have to be at least 23, but you have to be under 37. That's fairly specific. That's not... Wait. Why don't we have these rules for our politicians?
Boy, this is late in the episode to get into this.
This is going to take another full-on shooting the shit episode.
Yeah, everybody, no, we're just going to roll into this one. Wasn't our first Scream shooting the shit right after Roe v. Wade was repealed? Like, our Scream episodes are just political.
Very political. But if any movie franchise was to bring out the politics, it might be Scream.
I guess so.
I love Samara Weaving. Sorry, I just remember her describing like how...
Oh, and I guess... So I've been wanting to watch the other horror series that she's in, the Babysitter one.
Babysitter? Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Jenna Ortega was in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not either. Maybe we'll do that as a series.
I also didn't know she was an ex. So she's just like little horror baby.
Well, that's also whenever she did Wednesday, apparently, like recently, I think she has gotten in trouble for coming out being like upset with Wednesday because she was told it would be a much darker character. So she was expecting it to be more of like an adult horror type character, or maybe not horror, but like I think she wants to be a horror darling. Like I think that is what makes her happy.
I invite her. She's welcome in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew that they really wanted her for Wednesday and she kept saying no. And so I wonder if they like made promises, like we'll make it more mature and darker, and then she signed on and they didn't fulfill those.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
That stinks. That's a bummer.
So maybe we do a Samara Weaving and Jenna Ortega series sometime.
That sounds great.
Coming up. Ladies of Horror, recent Ladies of Horror, current Ladies of Horror, ladies.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
What is another word with it now to say right now? Limited? Nope.
No.
Lately.
Lovely Ladies of Horror. Oh, lately.
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
I did have the pleasure the other day of telling a friend to like how good the Scream Now franchise is. He doesn't think that he's seen any past the first one. And I was like, girl, you gotta. And it got me thinking about the end of Scream 4 with Hayden Panettiere. which is just like some of the most delightful. That's just such a funny ending to a movie, like such a joyous watching experience.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to go rewatch all these right now.
Our next shooting the shit is just reviewing all of them, and then we will have watched the next one.
Yeah.
We will have been able to pause on the... I'll take my phone and I'll take pictures. No, I won't do that. Will I do that? I don't know. When's it going to come out? Whenever it comes out, I'm purchasing it.
Yeah, same. And I think that was my question. Like, do we have any more thoughts on this movie?
I think that was my answer.
Like we said at the top, if you are comfortable going to see it in the theater, please do. Horror is so fun in a theater. And this is like, oh, you know what? This movie is really long. It's 2 hours.
It's 2 hours, yeah.
But
doesn't feel like it.
I loved it.
It went quick.
Yeah, no. It felt super quick. And at the end, I was like, I could have just hung out.
Yeah.
Like, what if me and the core four just hung out for another, 20 minutes? Yeah, loved it. Even though I'm confused.
There's no
on
way
some
he would have
things.
survived. That was so many stabs.
That was so many
a million stabs.
That was, yeah.
We got one that still has a pulse. Really? Do you really?
Do you?
There's no way. All of his blood is not in his body. There's no way they didn't hit 5 organs.
He's so bulky. He just had a lot of muscle. And so maybe all of their knives are bent at the end. Maybe they didn't go through.
So he's Superman?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, that's believable.
We're a franchise now, so we can do weird stuff like that.
But I appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone's definitely going to be killed in the next movie. It's going to be very sad. Damn them for making two movies, getting further attached to a character.
I know.
And it makes sense that they would go in the next. Because did he go in number 2 or number 3? Their uncle?
3. Wait, is that right?
Was it 2? It
Might have been 2.
College,
No,
right?
it was 2. It was in the college. Yeah, it was 2.
Oh, maybe the expectation was that they would have been killed in this one because of that.
Because of that,
Ooh.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, there is one more thing that I want to talk about. So there's that scene where they comment on the TV in the shrine a couple times. And they say,
if he's actually dead.
He's actually dead. Mm-hmm. That wasn't Randy, though. That was Stu.
Spoiler.
That's Stu.
Yeah.
That's Matthew Lillard.
Yep. So. Did you just figure out the killer for the third film? Did we just ruin the third film or the 7 cream? 7 cream. Did we ruin 7 cream? That was a good point out. That was good.
Oh, and then also, sorry. Okay, I've just got one more thought. So
is it the 2 girls and them talking about horror together?
Yes,
because I loved that.
Yes, I loved that so much. And especially when
the Candyman one.
Yes.
Sorry, I liked that part. The original or the remake?
Both.
Yeah. They're right.
That's what we said.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, yeah. See,
it was beautiful.
It's fun. That
Scream was another
still
joke.
Got it.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
It was fun. Oh, damn. Yeah, great movie.
Okay.
Go see it.
I'm going to go. Maybe I can catch another showing tonight. Okay. So, thanks for joining us. I hope so badly that you watched this before you listen to this episode. Next week, we will be starting our new series on cryptids, and we are off to sort of a false start because we will be covering Skinwalker Ranch 2013, which is not a cryptid movie. It is, in fact, well, no spoilers. No spoilers.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look at the cover, you'll know what it is.
Yeah.
And also, if you know Skinwalker Ranch, you'll know what it is because this movie is based on a real location by the same name, Skinwalker Ranch in Utah, where spooky shit has been going on for decades at this point. And this movie is about a scientific research team investigating supernatural phenomena at this ranch after the disappearance of the rancher's little son. And if you miss us in the meantime, check us out over on our other podcast, which we host with our good friend, Nate Regolia. Do you like how I said there? Like I forgot his name for a minute. Our good friend, I've got it. It's on the tip of my tongue.
What is that? Who is it?
Matt? Is it Matt? Our good friend Nate Regolia. Our most recent episode is on the first single with profanity in the name to break the top 40 in the UK. And that is the song Too Drunk to Fuck by the Dead Kennedys. And please, if you like the show, give it a rate and review. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram and other social media at No Show Monster. You can email us noshowmonster@gmail.com. And we will see you next week. Happy spookies.
Happy spookies.